Pat was a respected colleague and valued friend to all of us who were fortunate enough to cross his path. In addition to being an exceptional leader and an impactful professional, Pat was truly a kind-hearted individual who will be greatly missed. Working with Pat for the past 10 years has been a true privilege. The Partnership for Economic Development and the Lincoln community are both stronger as a result of his endless contributions and unwavering dedication throughout the years. Not only was his vision for Lincoln exceptional, but so was his leadership style. He was a wonderful team leader and led with confidence and compassion. And he trusted his team with his vision and helped navigate the challenges and successes gracefully. His leadership at the Lincoln Partnership for Economic Development and in many different communities in the state will be recognized for years to come and missed dearly. Pat, we miss you, bud.
Pat was my boss for the past 7 years at OPPD. He was a no-nonsense, straightforward type of guy that just got things done. He was so well respected in our community as well as across the state. I am truly lucky to have been able to call him not only a boss, but also a friend. On Thursday, when we got the news of Pat's passing, emotions were all over the place, and my 6-year-old's way of cheering me up is to draw pictures. Don't mind the spelling errors, but it says Luke's office, and it's me sitting at my computer and Pat standing over there talking to me. This scenario would happen multiple times a day when we were in the office, and I am so lucky to have been able to have the experience of working with him. Pat, you will be missed more than words can describe. Our thoughts and prayers to the family.
There aren't enough people like Pat Haverty in this world. Pat led with kindness and friendship and honesty in such a way that you never had to question Pat's motives or wonder where you stood with him. Pat was a respected professional in his field, but more than that, he was simply a good person who was considered to be a friend by most people he worked with. I'm gonna miss Pat. I'm gonna miss his smile. I'm gonna miss his friendship, and I'll probably even miss his smart-ass comments. To Pat's family and his close friends, I'm truly sorry for your loss. We're all going to miss Pat a great deal.
I've known Pat the last 10 years through our work in economic development together. He had a profound impact on our state and was also recently president of the Nebraska Economic Developers Association, where he led more than a few hundred economic developers through significant transition and change, and he did it with a positive attitude and great energy. I personally enjoyed working with Pat and leaned on him often for guidance and support. He will be greatly missed by many, and I consider him a dear friend.
It was a shock to all of us to lose Pat. I had the honor of working with him and knowing him probably for about the last 10 years. Pat was a great guy, a family man, somebody who always really put other people first, and I know he just, last few years, loved telling stories about his family and especially his grandkids that he loved so much. So we're all grieving with you and really feeling the loss, but we'll take this and move forward and take the best of what Pat had and hopefully live our lives out in tribute to him and try to be better ourselves. Rest in peace, Pat. Rest in peace.
Suzanne and I were saddened to hear of the passing of Pat Haverty. Pat has been a tireless advocate for growing Nebraska and creating opportunities for our Nebraska families. Here in the Lincoln community, he worked tirelessly on trade missions and other efforts to be able to create those jobs right here in Lincoln. He has always been somebody who I've enjoyed being around, and he will be greatly missed. Deanna and the whole Haverty family, you are in our thoughts and prayers at this most difficult time.
Hello, I'm Tim O'Brien. I had the great privilege of working with Pat for more than 10 years in the economic development profession. He was a wonderful friend and mentor to me. We had great fun traveling Nebraska, traveling the country, selling our great state. Pat was just a marvelous man at that, and it really drove him. But you're probably wondering, why in the world am I standing here outside of a barbecue restaurant in Ashland, Nebraska? Pat was a guy that loved to get stuff done. He didn't let things fester. If there was work to be done, we were getting it done. So Pat would call a lot of the time and say, we need to meet in Ashland. We got to figure things out. So we brought Lincoln and Omaha together here, and many peers will know the great things that we accomplished at this place. We wrote what's now the Nebraska Imagine Act, which is a wonderful piece of policy to grow our state. We also helped to recruit Toyota here and had a lot of fun along the way. Important place for us. Pat, you'll be sorely missed. Cheers, buddy.
I met Pat in 2016 when we had some committee meetings together, in which in about 10 meetings he said about 4 words. And I thought to myself, like, this guy knows what he's doing. He's just not going to tell everybody exactly what he's thinking. So fast forward to 2019, Pat and Wendy asked me to come join their team at OPPD to continue to focus on workforce development. And I remember the first time I sat down with Pat and we talked for like an hour, and I thought, I didn't know this guy talked for more than like 2 sentences. And what I learned about Pat is that he's super insightful and thoughtful about economic development, but also is a great manager. What I learned is that once you earn his trust, you can really go out and do things and check in with him and just let him know what you're up to, and he'll always say, yep, all right, sounds good, because you've already talked about this and you've earned his trust. And that's something that I truly appreciate and that I'll take with me and I hope to emulate in the future.
I'll never forget Pat's strength, time and time again, as he overcame obstacles, one after another. And his return to the office was exciting, having him back in the office and the shrug of the shoulders, his smile that only Pat could do. But he was always quick to ask the question, hey, what are we doing for lunch anyway? That was Pat. Pat just kept fighting. And Pat was a fighter in all sense of the word. And he kept doing everything to fight for not only his community in his time with the Partnership for Economic Development, but he fought for all of us. He fought for his family because he always wanted to be there. And I know when our paths cross again in the future, Pat will be leaning against a high top table with a couple drink tickets for our next business after hours. Pat, I'm gonna miss you, buddy. And I too will have something for you, a to-go container with your favorite catch-all Philly and an order of fries.
It is with great sadness that I render a salute to my friend Pat Haverty. Pat came to visit me back in 2014 when I moved to Lincoln, Nebraska. At the time, I was a part of the Cabela's organization. And he welcomed my family and me with open arms. Pat had a wonderful smile. He had a really kind, gentle spirit. And he was just really a great friend. Pat Haverty had a profound impact on this community and each and every person that he met. He will truly be missed. Rest in heaven, my friend Pat. Your job was well done. Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to offer a few remembrances of Pat Haverty. Pat was our partner. He worked with dedication to our shared goal of creating opportunity for more people in Lincoln. When he was chasing down new leads for our city, leads that could result in more good-paying jobs so more people could know the good life and take care of their families, his excitement was palpable. He sort of shuffled back and forth just thinking about the possibilities. Pat was kind. Even when he would tease Bruce or Jeff at an early morning chamber coffee, he did so with a clear fondness for his colleagues. His colleagues will miss him. All of us at the city will miss him. Our deepest condolences to Pat's family and friends. Rest in peace, Pat Haverty.